Hey guys, today I'm going to be going over how to create passive income. And before we get into it, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, click subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my new content. So the first thing I want to go over is starting a YouTube channel. Now it really isn't the easiest platform to grow on, which means it may take a long time to see some passive income returns. What's really cool about YouTube is there are different ways you can reach out to gain an audience. But before you even think about doing that, you need to figure out what kind of content you would like to make. With YouTube, you can pretty much create any content you want as long as YouTube finds it appropriate. There are a bunch of different YouTubers that have different subject coverage all over the platform, so finding your own creative niche within that is very important as you want to gain an audience that already isn't attracted to a bunch of different topics. You also want to make sure the quality of your content is good, but also doing your research on those topics that you're covering. One of the most important things you have to do is make sure you have proper engagement with your audience. That means making sure you go through comments and showing that you are seeing what they put. Next topic I want to go over is creating your own online course. Now this topic can kind of coincide with YouTube if you are a creator. There are a lot of YouTube creators that make their own online courses and they use that to kind of engage with their audience as well as gain new subscribers and just new members. You definitely don't need to be a YouTuber in order to do this. You can definitely be an influencer or just anyone to do it. By creating your own online course, you have the choice to pick pretty much whatever content you want to put up as long as people find it relevant and useful. Just like YouTube, the courses can range from a lot of different subjects. Now you definitely don't have to be an expert in the content you want to create, but it definitely would help you a lot as you have prior knowledge to that subject. If you don't have knowledge, that's totally fine. Just make sure you do a lot of research to make sure that your content that you're putting out there is accurate. The reason you want to do heavy research on these is because you definitely don't want your new audience to see your content and realize that it's not accurate. So you don't want them to be skeptical and stop renewing their memberships or stuff like that. Next, let's go over Amazon affiliate marketing. Now, if you haven't seen or heard of this feature already, pretty much Amazon allows you to take a product that you kind of endorse, you start a affiliate link with it, and you can pretty much put it in your channel description if you have a YouTube or if you're a blogger or if you're an influencer as well. So pretty much you take that link, and if, say, someone clicks that link and orders through that link, you are now an affiliate and you gain money from every transaction that goes through. Now, depending on the amount of clicks you get and transactions you get, the cost percentage that you get back will vary. Now, if you don't have a big audience, it can be hard to make some passive income off of this. This would be better for someone that's maybe an influencer, YouTuber, blogger, or maybe just someone that has a larger audience. Now, I say this because the percentage that you actually get off of that affiliate link isn't that much depending on what product. Like I said, every situation is different, but you are more likely to make more money if you have some kind of following. If you kind of just start making YouTube videos and put an affiliate link in there, most likely it's not going to get clicked or people will use it for transactions. Now, it doesn't cost anything to start it up, but there are a few disclosures that you should be aware of before you even start using the affiliate links. First, you have to disclose that you may be eligible to earn from that recommendation. Second, do not make any false claims. Third, do not use link shorteners. You want to make sure you have the full affiliate link. And fourth, do not use links in offline promotions like ebooks or email. Alright, next topic we have is real estate. Now, I went over this in a few of my other videos that real estate is a great way to make extra income, but it is also considered making extra passive income. Now, if you do want to get into passive income with real estate, there are a few different options that you can try. One of the options would to become an investor. Now, an investor can do different things. They can give money to people that flip houses, and when that person is done flipping a house, they can give you your return back on your money, and you did nothing. You did none of the work. You really just supported them by giving them capital to do the project for. Another would be to fund your money into a project that will just yield returns instead. Per se, a larger scale project, maybe like investing in real estate in a casino or something like that. Your second option would be you can buy property. What I mean by buying property is you can buy, say, a single family home or maybe an apartment complex. What you can do is take that property and start by renting it out. Obviously, if you have an apartment complex, you would be making a lot more money, but there's probably a lot more maintenance involved. So depending on what property type you choose, you will probably have more gains, but it will be a lot more involved. If you want to invest in one of those apartment complexes though, If you want to be more hands-off, you can definitely hire a maintenance man to do all the work, and you kind of just outsource him, so that way when you need the work done, he comes and does it for you, and you still are hands-off and collecting all that passive income. Collecting passive income with real estate definitely has its perks, and it's probably one of the highest payouts you can probably have for passive income, but it definitely does have the highest starting capital. Alright, next I want to get into dividends. Dividends are a great way to start building up capital, and they are very hands-off. Just like real estate, you need to have funds in order to start investing in dividends. Now, it's likely that you probably won't make a lot off of dividends, as you need to have a good amount invested in a stock. The only downside to using dividends for passive income is that you must own a stock in order to start receiving that dividend. The downside is that the stock can lose value and the dividend can be cut even before you get that dividend. There are ways to make sure that you pick a safe dividend stock by checking the dividend yield. You can also check the history of the dividend to see how long they were paying out and that if it was increasing or not, or if it's just kind of been steady. And I would definitely recommend that if you do invest in dividends, that all the dividends you get back, that you put back into your account and reinvest it. Because the more dividends you keep receiving and the more you keep putting it back into your account, the more money you will keep generating and you'll receive more dividends over time. But before I finish this topic, please do make sure though that if you do pick a dividend, that you take your time and research it to make sure you pick a safe option. Now, the last thing I want to go over is a platform called Lending Club. Now, this is a pretty interesting income source. I have used this platform before. It's been quite a while since I've used it, but it did prove that you can return gains in a decent time. So what this platform offers is the opportunity to help fund someone's loan, and by funding it, you gain interest off of that. So if someone has a loan, so let's say someone is trying to fund a renovation for their home, and it costs like $60,000 or something like that. What you do is you see all the criteria for that loan. So once you want to pick out a loan, it shows you a bunch of different information. There are rankings between how risky it is and how much the loan is for and how long it will take to pay back that loan. Usually what happens is if it's less risky, you're not going to get as much of a payout, but if you want to be more safe and make sure you're getting your full return back, then you would want to pick that. Now, if you're not comfortable with loaning out your money for a long period of time, like I said, there are different loans out there that have different time lengths you can choose from. And what's really cool about the platform is that it's super easy to use, and once you're comfortable, you can start investing at any time. And once the loan is finally funded, you'll start to get small increments of payment until the timeline is finished. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that like button, click subscribe, hit that notification bell for any of my new content. I post it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also, I do a monthly giveaway. If you want more information about it, just check the details in the description below. Thanks.